Next, a playwright and the two-person cast from an upcoming performance here at BRIC House. It's a work in progress for the stage about the relationship between two dancers named Sam and Buck. Let's take a look at the trailer for PillowTalk.
What are you doing?
I'm texting my boss. I'm telling him I'm taking a sick day because I'm having an emergency.
Emergency?
You're having a breakdown.
That's not true.
Okay, it's past midnight and you're telling me you want to be a ballet dancer? And you just burst into song. That's fucked up, honey.
I was trying to cheer you up.
We just got married. We were never together on paper. We just got married on paper this year.
The hell does it matter that we're married?
Of course it matters. There's a future to plan. We have to think about a down payment, kids.
Kids?
You don't want kids.
And raise them in this city?
We could move.
We're an interracial gay couple. Do you know how much shit we'd have to deal with if we lived anywhere else?
Then what about Junior?
Junior?
Our future adopted son.
I thought Junior was a dog.
Dogs don't go to school.
New York City dogs go to therapy.
To tell me that when you were talking about Junior going to therapy, you were talking about a dog whisperer? Are you out of your mind?
No, you're out of your mind. Since when did you want to get married and have kids and a dog?
I never said anything about a dog.
What the hell is happening?
Okay, maybe we should check in, discuss this. I don't think we want the same things anymore.
What do you want?
I want a normal life. I want a job, a house, kids.
No dog.
No dog. I don't want to be anything special. I just want to live and do my thing.
Since when were kids part of the thing? Isn't raising a family un peu bourgeois?
What's the matter with that? I mean, Buck, our lives, we're boring. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being boring and uninteresting.
But we're not. We just hide our true colors because the world discriminates. In reality, we queer people are magical.
I don't want to be anything special. I just want us to fit in.
Is that why you do that?
Do what?
You know, fake white.
I don't fake white.
My name is Sam. You really should try this Kiehl's Skin Darkener. It gives you that natural tan without any skin cancer risk. Hi, my name is Sam. Do you like my color contacts? I was tired of having blue eyes. Hi, my name is Sam. Check out this new jockstrap. It really gives support for my lacrosse games. Ha ha ha.
Is that you pretending to be white?
No, that's you pretending to be white.
God, it's like I don't even know you anymore. Who are you?
Who are you? Hi, my name is Sam. Oh, check out my new Bumble and Bumble products. It really adds volume to my hair. Oh, my name is Sam.
Hey, you gotta come and see that show. Well, BRIC Lab is a commissioned residency program meant to give local emerging and established artists the opportunity to polish their craft and present creative projects to Brooklyn audiences. You got a taste just now of that from the video you just saw, but on Saturday, September 26th, why not come down to the BRIC Lab when we present the real thing in a one-night-only stage performance of PillowTalk, right here in our intimate flex studio space at BRIC House.
Yes, you got to come down here to tell us more about PillowTalk is its author and the founder of Pacific Beats Theater Company, Kyung H. Park. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Thank you for being here. And joining Kyung are the two men in the mirror, Daniel Isaac. Thanks for being here, Daniel.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And Raja Feather Kelly. Thank you all for being on BK Live. It's great to have you here.
Well, you found your way to the BRIC Lab,
Yes.
where we pride ourselves on pushing the boundaries and giving people creative stuff. So tell us about your process and what led you to this stuff.
Sure. We're here working on a new play called PillowTalk, and it's about a young couple that has recently gotten married. I started writing the play about 2 years ago when I was getting ready to get married myself. And I wanted to think a lot about sort of what gay marriage meant to me now that it was legal.
Right.
Part of my life, you know, was never sort of really in tune with that because it wasn't a right we had until it became legalized. And I just kept wondering, what does that mean? Yeah, to be married.
What about your experience getting married is reflected in Pillow Talk?
A lot of it is based on conversations I've actually had with my husband, and then I sort of abstracted it into these two characters that are played by Daniel and Raja, named Sam and Buck. And and
Why are they named Sam and Buck? Does that come up in the play?
It doesn't necessarily come up in the play, but we've been working with Stephanie Sue, who is actually a professor at Pace and also queer advocate, and she sort of brought up, what Sam and Buck means in literature and in just culture, and just sort of brought that to our attention as we've been working on this play. But it was really more about talking about how gay marriage is only part of the issues that the queer community is concerned about. And now that we've had this victory, what else is there for us to discuss?
All right, Sam and Buck, or Dan and Raja. Did seeing this make you want to take a next step and get married to each other or anyone in the world? But
Raja.
like in sort of this, a lot of engagement, let it happen.
I totally want to be married, and I totally also don't know what that means to be married, and I also could not be married and still have the same union with a partner. So the work has been bringing up questions for me in terms of what is ideal and what I understand and what I want, and where our community is, our queer community.
So your co-star is questioning.
Yeah. I think Raja and I are I guess all three of us are in very different stages of relationships. Raja's in a very young, beautiful, burgeoning new stage, I think.
about to
The
get all
honeymoon period.
Tell us more, Raja.
Right? It's so excited. Kyung's been married. I went to his wedding. Was that last summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when are you going to pop the question, Daniel?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in getting married just quite yet.
Oh, God.
I'm happy in a relationship. I think I wonder what it means now that gay marriage is legalized, and I love that the rights have been given everywhere. I don't think that solves the problems of what next or the larger issues at hand of homophobia or racism and sexism and heteronormativity, and I think that's what this play is tackling. And I think that that's a question that we're all tackling from very different stages in our lives. So
I want to know how you go about prepping for these roles. Do you talk to your director about his own experience in his marriage? Because it seems to be a lot based on that, am I right?
Yeah.
Right.
Are
Yes.
there discussions amongst you? I mean, Daniel, you want to comment on that? How did you prep?
Yes. Kyung and I have been working together since 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And a lot of his work is autobiographically inspired. And I feel like I've been able to watch him grow as an artist, and he's allowed me to grow with him. And so in that way, I have learned a lot about his relationships in the past, and then his relationship with his current husband, the engagement process, right, well, the husband, the one and only husband. And Kyung is so open and so transparent and willing to share and fearless in that he's sharing that with an audience, not just with us as actors and artists. He shares that with anyone who will hopefully come next week and for future performances. And we do talk about it in rehearsal nonstop, questioning things and how we feel, how we're reacting, and whether or not they were lifted from exact conversations Kyung has had with his husband, and how many other couples have said that they can hear their own fights or disagreements or successes and failures in the words that we've said in previous readings from this play alone. So that's exciting. And
So how important was it for you to have a space where queer men of color could present themselves through their own lens without being sort of into the other box and show their humanity?
Right. Well, that was actually a very important part of this project because as we celebrated the victories of the queer movement, I keep thinking about what's happening with the African American community or with women's rights, and I just feel like to celebrate this one success and think that we are advancing in society is really sort of myopic in terms of what's happening around the country. And I really wanted to include conversations about race as part of this project. And with Raja, we've had lots of conversations. And in fact, this week, the characters are really struggling. It's not a marriage that ends happily ever after. And one of the questions is, how do we keep growing in society in face of racially based discrimination, and they play a young couple that is still trying to make it work in the city. And I feel that a lot of people that are young and of color, whether they're queer or not, are asking themselves these questions.
And I mean, since you base it so much on your own relationship, is there some fear in you that your husband's going to take the play the wrong way? I mean, serious question, do you feel like you lay it too much on the line? Maybe he's like, oh, I thought everything was great, and then you're presenting these issues.
Well, a lot of these conversations actually have changed, and there's a lot that's just me, there's a lot that's just him, but then also working with Raja and Daniel, I've changed a lot of the script to really make it fit to them. I don't want them to just say what I think. I, in the rewriting process, ask them what they think, and there are lines that come straight from Raja's mouth into his character, and that's part of my process as well, to just make sure that everyone's opinions and thoughts are being included.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So we're all worried about our boyfriends.
Basically.
I can't wait to see this. Brian and I are going to be front row.
If there was ever a reason to go. And I'm like looking at this one is a comedian, so you have to mind your life as well.
Yes.
And then you're putting your life out there on the stage. It should make for some interesting viewing Saturday, September 26th here at the Brick House.
Yes. It's going to be this Saturday, September 26th, so a week from Saturday, next Saturday. And we're going to have a an artist-moderated talkback following our performance, moderated by Emily Harney, who's here working at BRIC. And we'll also have Katie Pyle, who's artistic director of ballets. And she creates new balletic work that incorporates queer bodies into the balletic canon.
Very cool.
And Stephanie Sue, who...
So I want to talk to you guys, and Raja, and I almost called you Buck. Are you? I know, Daniel. About as actors and working in this space, and even like gay actors playing gay characters, and how you make the broader work because you're actors. You can play anything. But I wondered how that has been to incorporate your lives, or maybe more of yourselves, into that space.
I'll say what I love very much about Kyung's process and its writing is that it's really complicated. And I feel sometimes when work gets put into a script or onto TV, it can be very flat, and you feel that people don't have dimension. And so as an actor and as a person of color and as a person in society and a person in a new relationship and a person in New York City and someone's son, all of that's very complicated. And I can bring all of that to this character, Sam, and not feel like I can't have more than one opinion or more than one side to me, or feel one moment, feel in one moment in one direction, like this is what I want, and then 5 pages later or a couple of minutes later want something completely different. And I feel that's how we are as people. And so to be able to do that is really special, and that is why I think people connect to it.
To piggyback on what Raja said, I think so many times we as actors and artists are asked to play solely an African American character or an Asian American character, or you're asked, you're going to play a gay character, or you're going to play straight. And I don't think, there has been many representations for queer work or LGBT representation that has more than one layer beyond like just a gay story or just a lesbian story and a coming out one. And to have race coupled with a queer narrative, coupled with like the larger questions we're asking, makes this work so much more special and harder to tackle and wrestle with, and exciting as artists and terrifying, which is what you want work to be that you're passionate about.
Learning a lot about yourself.
What do you hope the takeaways are in general? I mean, so many great plays are open-ended, and you want people to experience different things for themselves. But is there anything you hope that people experience when they come see PillowTalk?
Yeah, our showing here is going to be our first workshop production, and we'll be working with an installation artist named Wade Cram, and we're working on choreography, and we'll be incorporating ballet into our piece as well. So there are all of these elements that we're trying out for the first time, so I'm really hoping that our audience can come and be part of this conversation with us to let us know what they think about the work, because we're truly in progress, and it is a very great time for us to engage with our audiences again to figure out, you know, where we are, what's resonating with people, and what is still left as sort of a question mark so that we can keep working after residency here.
That's phenomenal. So again, tell us when and where and how we can get tickets, and throw in how great it is to be working in the BRIC House and all that jazz. Feel free.
It's been a wonder. The BRIC is a great space, and we've been very supported in our process here. Our showing is going to be on Saturday, September 26th at 7:30 p.m.
One night only.
One night only. Get your tickets now. They're selling. Yeah.
There you have it. Come see PillowTalk at BRIC House. Thank you guys very much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations on the play.
Thanks.